My name is Ida. I am a nurse. I work at a big hospital in my town. My job is important, but it is sometimes hard. I often work at night. When my work finishes, the sun is not in the sky yet. The streets are dark and quiet at this time. This night was like many other nights. I finished my work. I felt very tired. I said goodbye to my friends at the hospital. Then I started my walk home. My home is not very far from the hospital. I like to walk because it helps me think. The air was cool. The streetlights made long shapes on the ground. I held my purse close to my body. My purse had my keys, my phone, and a little money. I was thinking about going to sleep. I wanted my bed. Suddenly, a man ran very fast next to me. He was very quick. He grabbed my purse. I shouted, "Hey, stop, that's my purse." My heart jumped. I felt scared, but I also felt angry. I started to run after him. He was very fast. He looked back at me. He shouted, "Stay away." But I did not stop running. I needed my purse. He ran around a corner. I followed him. He was faster than me. Then he turned and pushed me. I fell down onto the hard street. My knee hurt a lot. I watched him run away into the dark night. I felt water in my eyes. My purse was gone. Just then, I heard a door open. A light came from a small shop near me. I did not see the shop before. A man stood in the light. He looked at me on the ground. Then he looked at the man who was running away. He did not say any words. He just started to run after the thief. He was very fast. I sat on the cold ground. My knee felt sore, and I watched him go. I hoped he would be okay. Too, a kind helper. After some minutes, I saw the man coming back. He was walking now, not running fast like before. He had something in his hand. My heart beat quickly. Could it be? Yes, it was my purse. I stood up slowly. My leg felt a little stiff from falling. I could not believe he got it back. He came closer to me. His voice was calm and deep when he spoke. "Is this yours?" he asked. "Yes, yes, it is," I said loudly. I was so happy and surprised. Thank you very, very much." He gave me my purse. I opened it fast to look inside. My keys, my phone, and the little money were all there. Nothing was missing. I felt a big relief. Then I looked at the man who helped me. The light from a small shop nearby showed his face a little. He looked young, maybe about my age. He had kind eyes, but I saw something else. There was a small cut on his face near his cheek, and he was holding his arm carefully. "You are hurt," I said right away. My voice changed, like when I talk to patients at the hospital. "He hurt you." The man tried to smile. "It is nothing, really, just a small cut. The important thing is you have your purse safe." "No, it is not nothing," I said. "I am a nurse. Please let me look at the cut and your arm. You were so brave to run after him. It is the least I can do for you." He looked a little surprised when I said I was a nurse. "A nurse? Okay. Well, thank you," he said. He was still holding his arm, and I could see he was in some pain. He helped me so much. I felt it was important for me to help him now. He looked at his shop door, then back at me. "Come inside my shop," he said. "It is warm in there. You can look at your knee too if it hurts. It looked sore when you fell." I nodded my head. His shop was very close. It was kind of him to offer. I followed him towards the light and the open door. 3 warm coffee. Ida stepped inside Bill's shop. It was small and warm. The air was full of the smell of old books and fresh coffee. Books were everywhere she looked, high on shelves, piled on tables, even stacked on the floor in places. It felt cozy and a little messy. Bill turned on a small lamp, and the light was soft and yellow. On a small table in the corner, there was an electric kettle and 2 simple mugs. Come in," Bill said kindly. He pointed to a comfortable-looking chair. "Please sit down. Your knee looks sore." Ida nodded and sat. Her knee was starting to ache more now that the adrenaline was gone. "Thank you," she said again, "for inviting me in and for everything else." "My name is Bill, by the way," he said, offering a small smile. "I'm Ida," she replied. She opened her purse and found her small first aid kit. As a nurse, she always carried one. "Let me see your injuries," she said. Bill sat in the chair opposite her. He showed her his face first. There was a small, thin cut on his cheekbone. Ida took out an antiseptic wipe and cleaned it very carefully. Bill didn't move or make any sound. He just watched her with his blue eyes. Then he showed her his arm. There was a dark bruise forming on his forearm and a scrape on his skin. Ida cleaned the scrape next. "This scrape might be a bit sore tomorrow," she told him gently as she worked. "I can believe that," Bill said. He didn't complain. Ida put a small plaster over the cut on his cheek. She put a clean bandage on the scrape on his arm to protect it. "There," she said, finishing. "All done. Try not to bump it." Bill moved his arm carefully. "Thank you, Nurse Ida," he said. "You have very kind hands." Ida felt a little blush on her cheeks. "You were very brave to run after him," she said. "He shouldn't steal things from people," Bill said simply. He looked back at her knee. "Are you sure you are okay? Your knee looks like it might bruise." "It's just a bruise, I think," Ida said. "It will be fine with some rest." Bill stood up. "Let's have that coffee," he said. He filled the kettle with water and turned it on. While the water heated, he got the instant coffee and the 2 mugs ready. Soon, they each had a warm mug of coffee. They sat back in their chairs, holding the warm mugs. They talked for a little while. Bill told her that he owned the bookshop. He explained that he often stayed late, sorting and arranging the books. He was quiet when he spoke, but he listened very well when Ida talked. Ida felt a sense of calm wash over her. The scary events of the night seemed to fade away in this warm, quiet place. She felt safe with Bill. It was strange to feel this comfortable with a stranger she had just met, but she did. A connection, a feeling of ease, began to grow between them in the quiet bookshop, surrounded by stories. The night had started badly, but now, because of Bill, it felt different. It felt hopeful. 4 happy days. After that night, Bill called me the next day. He asked about my knee. I was happy to hear his voice again. Our unusual first meeting led to something new. A few days later, we went for a walk. It was in the park in the afternoon. The sun was bright. It felt very different from the dark street where we met. Bill was good to be with. He was quiet sometimes, but he said interesting things. He loved books very much. He told me about his favorite stories. I told him about my work as a nurse. I started to visit his bookshop often. Sometimes I went in the evening after my work if I finished early. We would drink coffee and talk for a little while. I liked being in his small, quiet shop. It felt warm and safe there, with books all around us. I learned that Bill was a kind man and he was strong. He made me laugh sometimes. My feelings for Bill grew stronger each day. I liked him very, very much. I think he liked me too. He always smiled when he saw me. His blue eyes seemed to sparkle when he looked at me. My friends at the hospital saw that I was happier. My friend Sarah asked me about it. I told her about Bill. I said, "He is wonderful." And I meant it. We went to the cinema together. We had dinner at a small restaurant. Everything felt new and exciting with Bill. I felt like I was in a happy dream. He was always a gentleman. He always walked me home. Sometimes I wondered about his life before I met him. He did not talk about his family or where he grew up. It was like a small mystery. But I was so happy just being with him. I thought, I will learn about these things later. For now, the happiness I felt with Bill was enough. It was more than enough. 5, a sad talk. We were happy for many weeks. Bill was very good to me. He always remembered small things like my favorite tea. He brought me simple flowers sometimes. I loved them very much. But one evening we had an argument. It was the first time we argued. It felt very bad. I was at his bookshop. It was quiet and comfortable, like usual. I asked him about his family. It was not a difficult question. I just wanted to know more about him, about his past life. "Do you have brothers or sisters, Bill?" I asked him. He became very quiet suddenly. His face changed. He looked sad or maybe angry. I was not sure what the feeling was. "It's not important, Ida," he said. His voice was cold. This surprised me. "But I just want to know you better," I said softly. I felt confused. "Some things are better left in the past," he said. He turned away from me. He started to put books on a shelf. His back was to me. I felt a pain inside me in my heart. Why was he acting like this? Did he not feel safe with me? Did he not trust me? "Why can't you tell me, Bill?" I asked. My voice was a little louder now. "Are you hiding something from me?" He turned back to look at me. His blue eyes were not happy now. They looked dark and serious. "I am not hiding anything. I just don't want to talk about it," he said. His voice was sharp like a knife. "But why?" I asked again. I needed to understand. People who care about each other share things. They talk about their lives. "Maybe we care differently," he said. His words hurt me very much. They felt cold. I stood up slowly. Tears came into my eyes. I did not want him to see them. "Maybe we do," I whispered. My voice was small. I quickly walked out of the bookshop. I did not look back at him. The walk home was very different that night. It was not warm and happy like walks before. I felt cold and alone. I felt very sad. Was this the end of my happy time with Bill? The thought made my heart hurt more. I cried myself to sleep that night. Bill did not call me. 6. So sorry. The day after our argument was long and quiet. I felt sad. I thought about Bill and what happened. I did not understand why he was so angry when I asked about his family. Maybe I should not have asked. Maybe it was too soon. In the evening, I was in my flat. I heard a sound at my door. Someone knocked. My heart started to beat fast. Was it Bill? I went to the door and opened it slowly. It was Bill. He looked tired. He had a small group of flowers in his hand. They were simple flowers like the ones he sometimes brought me before. He looked at me with sad eyes. "Ida," he said softly, "can I come in, please?" I opened the door wider. He came inside. My small living room felt quiet after the argument. He gave me the flowers. "I am very sorry, Ida," he said. His voice was low. "I was wrong yesterday. I was rude. I should not have spoken to you like that. Please forgive me." I looked at him. His face showed he was truly sorry. "I was just confused, Bill," I said. "I didn't understand why you were angry." "I know," he said. "It is hard for me to talk about my past. It is not easy, but that is not a reason to be unkind to you. You did not do anything wrong." He took my hands. His hands were warm. He looked into my eyes. "Ida, I care about you so much," he said, "more than I can say in words." I felt a little happier now. I care about you too, Bill, I said. He smiled a little. Then his face became serious again. He let go of one of my hands and put his other hand into his pocket. He took out a small box. It was dark blue and soft. My eyes became big. He opened the box. Inside there was a ring. It was a beautiful ring and it shone brightly. "Ida," he said. His voice was a little shaky now. "I know this is fast. I know there are things I need to tell you about my life, but I love you. I want to be with you always. Will you marry me?" My eyes filled with water, but they were happy tears. My heart was beating very fast. "Oh, Bill," I whispered. "Yes, yes, I will marry you." He smiled a big, happy smile. He took the ring and put it on my finger. It was the perfect size. We held each other for a long time. Then I looked at him again. "Bill," I said gently, "I love you and I want to marry you. But before we are husband and wife, I need to know about your past. I need to understand everything. Can you tell me?" He held my hands tightly. "Yes," he said. "I understand. I will tell you everything, I promise." 7. His hard life. A few days later, Bill was ready to share his story. We sat in his bookshop. The shop was closed and quiet. Only a small lamp gave light. The light made shadows move on the walls of books. Bill made tea. Then he started to talk. His voice was quiet. "My life was not easy when I was a child, Ida," he said. He looked at his hands. "My family did not have much money. My father left when I was very young. My mother worked hard, but it was always difficult." He told me he grew up in a difficult part of a big city. It was far from our town. He said he made some bad choices when he was a teenager. He was with the wrong friends. They didn't do good things. He didn't think about the future. He just lived day by day. He skipped school often. He was angry a lot. He felt lost inside. He didn't know what to do with his life. His mother was very worried about him. She wanted him to have a better life. But he didn't know how to find it. "One day," he continued, "I knew I had to make a change. I didn't want that life anymore. I saw an old man. He had a small bookshop. The shop was old and full of dust. The old man was kind to me. He gave me a job. It was a simple job at first. I cleaned the shop and put the books in order. He started to teach me about books. He showed me that there was another world, a better way to live." Bill looked at me. He smiled a little. "Books helped me, Ida, and that old man, he was like a father to me. He believed in me when no one else did. When he died, he gave me this shop. It was not a lot of money, but it was everything to me. I moved here to start my life again, to be a different person, to be the man he thought I could be." He stopped talking for a moment. I was afraid to tell you, Ida, he said softly. I thought you might see me differently. I thought you might not want to be with someone who had a past like mine. Tears came to my eyes. I held his hand tightly. Oh, Bill, I said, your past does not change how I feel. It makes me love you more. You are strong. You changed your life. You built something good here. You are a good man, Bill. He looked at me. His blue eyes were bright. He lifted my hand and kissed it gently. Thank you, Ida, he whispered. Thank you for understanding me. That night, I felt very close to Bill. I knew his heart now. I knew about his struggles and his strength. I loved him completely. People in town sometimes whispered about the quiet man in the bookshop. They didn't know him, but I did. His past didn't matter. Only us now. 8, a new life. I listened to Bill tell me about his past. My heart felt warm. His story did not make me love him less. It made me love him more. He was so strong to change his life. He was a good man. I told him that his past did not change anything for me. It showed me how brave he was. He started a new life for himself, and now we would start a new life together. He smiled. His blue eyes looked happy. Our wedding was not big. We wanted it to be simple and special. We chose the small garden behind Bill's bookshop. It was a beautiful place, full of flowers and green plants. The sun was shining on the day we got married. My friend Sarah came and some friends from the hospital. Bill's friends were there too. They were quiet people who owned shops near his. Everyone looked happy for us. I wore a simple white dress. Bill wore a nice suit. He looked very handsome. When I walked to him in the garden, he smiled his best smile. He took my hand. We stood there and said our wedding words. Bill promised to love me and be honest. He promised to share his life with me. Then it was my turn. I promised to love him, help him, and build a happy future with him. We put rings on each other's fingers. Then Bill kissed me. Everyone clapped. I felt so much joy inside. After the wedding words, we had a small party in the garden. We ate cake and drank juice. Bill's friends told me how happy they were that he found me. They said he deserved to be happy. I knew he did. Later, when everyone went home, Bill and I sat on a small seat in the garden. The sun was going down. It was quiet and peaceful. "Are you happy, Ida?" Bill asked. He took my hand. He sometimes used my first name, not Mrs. Ida like before. "Very happy, Bill," I said. I put my head on his shoulder. More than I ever thought possible. I thought about the night we met. It started with something bad, but it brought me to Bill. Now we were married. We had a new life together. It felt like the first page of a wonderful new book. We would write the rest of the story together, chapter by chapter.